Give me 5 minutes of your time and I will share something about life, God, and the Bible. I'm so grateful that my mother made sure that I learned some basic cooking in my younger years. Mom was wise. She just taught me the basics. She left me to complete the dish by myself. I still remember learning how to put the correct amount of salt in a dish. Very often, I would accidentally put in too much. Naturally, the dish became too salty. Matthew 5 verse 13. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. Jesus is not talking about being too salty. Jesus is talking about not being salty enough. Jesus tells his disciples to be the salt of the earth. If food is cooked without salt, it will be tasteless. The best food is cooked with a certain amount of salt in it. Yet, according to Jesus, if the salt in the food loses its saltiness, the dish will turn out to be tasteless. Jesus is not teaching us how to cook. Jesus is teaching us how to make an impact on the people around us like salt, making our food tasty. This week we experienced snow. It was also cold. We had to go out and shovel the snow out of our driveways and clear the snow from our cars. Then we put salt on our driveways and our porches. Otherwise, we might slip and fall. God makes sure that we have salt in our dishes for good food. God also makes sure that we have salt in our lives so that we do not slip and fall. Timothy Keller is a Presbyterian pastor in New York. He makes this observation about being salt as we live our lives. The job of salt is to make something taste good. I don't know about you, but I can't stand corn on the cob without salt on it. When I've eaten a piece of corn on the cob that I really like, I put it down, and what do I say? That was great salt? No, I say that was great corn on the cob. Why? Because the job of the salt is not to make you think how great the salt is, but how great the corn on the cob is. What if you are salt in your small group Bible study? If you are salt, people won't go away saying, that person really knows the Bible and had all the answers. No. What happens when you go away from a small group in which you have been a salt? People don't say how great you were. They say, what a great group. What fascinating truth. This is pretty simple. Salt makes you feel better about life. Christians make you feel better. However, Timothy Keller further shares something more about what people outside the church say about the impact of church people or religious people on them. This is what Timothy Keller says. But some people say that religious people or church people always make you feel condemned. They make you feel worse. We certainly want to be salt that makes a positive impact on people we meet every day. We don't want to make them feel worse. What I have discovered is that it takes more effort to be salt for the people in our lives. We don't want our conversations to just stop at hello. We want to take time to hear about where people are coming from and where they're going to. It takes time and effort to connect with people. It takes time and effort to be the salt in their lives. So we want to make sure that our friends get the salt of God in their lives to help them cope with the challenges of life. May we be salt in the lives of our friends and our family. Amen.